Hey guys, today we are going to have a closer look at the Jende nanocloth strops, which I got the other day. Pretty interesting stuff. We're going to test them out. I got a few of them. It's going to be a three-part video. Pretty long video, I think. So you'll find the timestamps down in the description. So just head there if there's anything in particular you want to check out. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about the strops. After that, I have three identical Wusthof Pros, as you can see. Oh, sorry, there. Which I'm going to hand sharpen using the naniwa Gokin Arata, the naniwa Pro, 1000 grits, and the Rika 5K. After the Rika 5K, I'm going to do three different things with strops. That's why I have three similar knives. The first one, I'm thinking I want to just do the finest strop I have, the 0.025 micron, and see what kind of edge we get. The next one, we are going to finish it on the 4 micron nanocloth strop, see what kind of edge we can get. And the last one, I want to do a progression on the nanocloth strops. You know, the 4 micron, 2 micron, 1 micron, and 0.025 microns, and just check in between. They are pretty aggressive, and these knives are pretty soft steel, so we might get some rounding of the edge, and that's why I wanted to test out the different grits. Yeah, and it's the only knife I have three identical ones of, so that's why we're doing it like that. It's not a very scientific way to do it, because there are going to be differences between the knives, just in general, because I won't be able to sharpen them identically, but hey, it's a start at least. So yeah, let's check out the nanocloth strops and what separates them from my usual strops. So these guys are the ones I use all the time. I made them myself. I make them long and thin because I like to hold it in one hand as I use them. That gives me all the control I need. Other blocks are usually about the size of the bench stones, so you can have them on the counter and you can work them just like a usual stone. The leather you usually put some abrasive compound on there just to help it, but the leather itself is abrasive in itself, so you can use just leather if you want. That's where the nanocloth differs a little bit, because the cloth itself, this is the 2 micron one, the cloth itself has absolutely no abrasive properties whatsoever. But the stuff you add to it, of course, do. So inside the cloth here, you have thousands and millions of tiny small hexagon-shaped holes. And when you add the diamond emulsion to it, it will sit down in the holes, ready to be released. On the leather, it just sits on the top. The advantage of this is supposed to be that if you apply pressure to these, they will release more abrasive compound than if you don't add pressure to it. so it will perform, in theory at least, a lot more like a whetstone and a little less like a usual strop. So yeah, as I said, that's the theory. I haven't tried them myself, so this is going to be a first impressions kind of video for me. So we are going to do it, yeah, like I talked to earlier. We're going to try a few different ones. They are color coded, so, and they have loaded them with the diamond emulsion that suits each color. And I have allowed them to dry, so they should be ready to be used. And yeah, So with that, I think I'm just going to go ahead and start sharpening some knives. I have the Rika 5000 already soaking here, so it's ready. And we have the naniwa Goken Arata that is a splash and go stone, so it doesn't need soaking. And I'll just pick a knife and we will start. I'm going pretty high on the angle because it is the steel is soft, so you don't want the angle to be too shallow because they will dull immediately when you start to use them. We got the burr all the way. I'll do one more pass on this side. We got the burr. And we got the burr there as well. It's a really fun stone to work on. I really like the Naniwa Pros. They have great feedback without being too hard. Yeah, we are getting there. We can do some of the work on the Rika 5K as well because it's a pretty fast stone. I just want to get the edge right before I put this one down. Now it's on to the next one. While we still have the muscle memory. Two passes on this one as well. So when you're doing European knives like these with a very acute bevel, it's important to at least try to follow the bevel with the stone. Because if you just go like this all the time, you will start to flatten this bit out, this bit here, and the knife won't perform as it's intended to do after a while. So that's good. Three. And that's a 3. So let's go for the last one. Shouldn't take too long. good burr. And there as well. Get the burr all the way. Yeah, this one was a little bit worse off when we started. So I think I'm happy with that. At least I think. A few more. So that's it for the Goken Arata. Just clean it off real fast. Now we are ready for the Rika. Quite famous stone. Famous, popular stone for its speed and its feedback. So we are going to make sure we rinse off as much as the 1000 grit stone as possible before we go to it. Go with 2 passes. And 2 passes the other way as well. Like so. That's good. Yep. I'm just easing up on the pressure now. Just to see. That's a good bite to it. All the way. Just try to deburr it. need some deburring, but hey, we are testing strops, so I guess that's a good thing. So this one should be ready now to go on the strop. We will finish the other knives first. Like the other one, we go with 2 passes on each. Yes. It's got a good bite to it all the way. Just gonna do quick deburring, at least some form of it, before we go to the last knife. Just gonna clean it up as well, as I did with the other knife. And then it's on to knife number 3. And that's good. And it's got a good bite all the way down. I think that's pretty decent. It felt similar, but we will see pretty soon if I did a good job. There you go. That's knife number 1, number 2, and number 3. So I'm just going to clean up this and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So we got 3 sharp knives now. We are going to strop them in 3 different ways. I'm going to do one on the coarse strop, 4 microns, and I'm going to do one on the finest one, 0.025 microns. It should be around 105th. Well, let's see. 600,000 grit. So, and we'll do some cut tests after we're done with that. And I'll do the last knife as a progression. And we'll test as we go. So, first, I reckon we should go with the 4 micron. So I wanted to just dry off the bench here a little bit, just to keep it neat. And I wanted to fasten the strops into the, well, the blocks into the stone holder as well. So let's go with the red knife number 1. For reference, there's a small burr there. And I don't know how many strokes to do, but let's just try with a few on each side. See what it does. It feels smooth. I think I'm going to ease up on the pressure just a little bit. Yeah, it's almost like I'm forming a little burr, or it may have been there from the start. It's starting to feel alright. Let's do another cut test. That is quite the difference from before, so I'm happy with that. Although it still feels like there is a little burr. I'll try to add up the pressure a little bit now, just to work it. Now I'm using a little bit of pressure. And let's see now. Oh, it's too small. Pick a larger piece. Oh, let's see. So that is decent. That is, for a knife this this soft steel, I don't think I would work that edge anymore. It feels like when I'm working on this strop right now that I'm moving the burr from one side to the other. So it's a bit coarse, and something I might be able to counter with easing up on the pressure. Like we did in the beginning. So that is a clean edge, and that is a clean edge. Do another test. This is going to get messy, isn't it? Yeah, that's better. That is great. So I'm going to put that on the top. And we'll put away the 4 micron strop. And we'll take out the 0.025 micron strop. And we'll do the, let's do the other red knife. So first, a cut for reference. Quite similar to the first knife. It's a little better. I think I did a better job on this one, but I just think that the burr is a little smaller. There is still a burr here. I can feel it. So let's go to the strop and see what we can do about that. So this one, my suspicion is that this might be too fine of an abrasive to do anything significant for the burr here, or maybe not. Feels like it's coming off. It's coming off in a few places, and once the burr is gone, it's all about refining the edge. So that feels good on this side. So now I'll go for the other side. Get a few more. Be careful so I don't ruin it. So I'm going to do a few light passes now on each side. Going heel to tip feels a little bit better. Seems I removed the burr faster as well. Might need to adapt my technique a little bit. But that should be good. So this is the 0.025 micron straight off the 5K Rika. It's also good. Ooh. Need some new paper. Just to see all the edge. There's still some burr on here. So actually I think that for coming straight off a knife, the 4 micron did a better job. It's the first impression. And if the 4 micron did a good job with removing the burr, and the 0.025 didn't do as a good job, then what happens if we start with the 4 micron and move our way down? In theory, one of two things can happen. It could either help us remove the burr, do a better job of refining the edge, producing a better cutting knife, or we could go through too many steps here, round off the edge, and just make it all worse. So let's see. First, so we're going to the white knife now. Pre-stropping cut test. There is a burr there as well, just like with the other two. Start with the 4 micron. The 4 micron does do a better job with removing the burr. I'm loving the friction on these. It feels like they allow me to work on the bits of the knife that I want to. Oh, scheisse. Sorry, you German folks out there. That feels good. So let's see, off the 4 micron. That is a clean cut. I'm not going to strop too much as I did with the other one. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the 2 micron now. 2 micron might be a good in between if you just wanted one strop. I usually go to, when I'm using my wax paste, or what you want to call it, I usually use a 1 micron one from Luxor, which I really enjoy, and I always get a good result using that one. So let's see what this 2 micron one will allow us to do. Going to do a few alternating strokes as well. So this diamond emulsion from Jende is actually water soluble. So when you start to wear out these, or it doesn't cut as it did before, you can actually just wash it in water and add new paste to it. Oh, yeah, now we're talking. Oh, we have some work to do on the heel here. Feel that? Other than that, that was a clean cut, at least the first one. Let's see if it was just a fluke, or if we really do have a good edge on this. This is great. Now we are push cutting magazine paper, and that's good. So now for the 1 micron. So now we are at the point where there's almost no burr left. We are just refining the edge. So I'm just doing alternating strokes now. Do a couple more. Now let's see. So we are cutting smoother. There is improvement, and it's noticeable. We have a cleaner cut. Oh. And now let's do a few strokes on the smallest size, the 0.025 micron strop. And let's, after we do that, just let us compare this one that has gone through the progression with the one that hasn't, that we also finished on this one. Oh, this is smooth. Feels completely different now than what it did when you had the burr on the knife. So I'm going to ease completely off now on the pressure. Just let almost just the weight of the knife do the work. I have 2 pieces of paper here, and we have both the knives that we finished on the 0.025 micron strop. So first, the one that we just did on the 0.025 micron strop, and then the one that went through the progression. Another one. Oh, I don't know. If there's a difference, it's a small one, to be honest. So when I said this stuff was fast, they weren't kidding. So yeah, it's time to do a verdict, I guess. This is not a review, and I'm not gonna start to compare this system to my leather strops. I think each to their own. But I really liked to work on these. I don't think I'd need all of them. Did we do all? Oh, we skipped a step now, did we? We do have the 1 micron as well. But anywho, I like this system. It's easy to use. It's a bit more expensive than your leather counterpart, but if you can afford it, I don't think this is a bad purchase at all. You wouldn't need all. I don't think so. I don't need all. I'd probably just go for some, in between. The 1 or 2 micron one seems to be a good way to start. The it's so hard to say. The 0.025 micron one. I probably just need to work on it. Probably just need some practice to get the edge as I like it. But I do think that although you wouldn't be able to hear it on the camera, but I do believe that the one that we went through the progression had a better edge than the one that we didn't. That could be because we removed the burr gradually, not all at once. But that's the impression I have. So, full disclosure, I was sent these by Jende to do some tests before I eventually start ordering them and featuring them in my shop. And I can say that I am strongly considering that now. They did a good impression, better than I thought. You have all these crazy solutions from time to time that seem to solve problems you don't really have, but this seems to be the nanocloth, and the fact that you could adjust the pressure and all that seems to be a good idea. And yeah, they are, well, yeah, I don't know what else I can say about them, but they're good. Storage wise, I think I need to store them in bags, because if I take the 0.025 micron and place it against this one, it's going to rub off. At least I think so. So for now, I'm going to store them in plastic bags until I find a better way to do it. But I am going to take these out more often now, and I think I'm going to take my leather strops, put them on hold, start working on these, and maybe in a couple of weeks I can give a more thorough review, maybe do a comparison as well. But yeah, video's getting long. If you're still here, appreciate it. That was great. I love making these videos. So if there was anything you're curious about, anything you want to know, just leave a comment down in the comment section. I should be including all the stones I have available for reviews and comparisons now down in the description, so you can check that out if you want to see any one of those in a future video. If you want to see a review or a comparison, or if there's a stone progression you want to check out, leave me a comment and I'll make a video about it. No worries. I really appreciate when people give me input like that. And of course, if I ever did anything wrong, just please let me know so I can be better. But yeah, if you haven't already, there's a subscribe button down below. Please use it. Ring the bell as well. You'll know when I put up another video. And until next time, I hope you have a good day. I'll see you guys around.